So worthless Republicans on Capitol Hill have turned tail and showed their true cowardice once again. We'll explain that. Tulsi Gabbard is gone. We'll explain that. And I don't know if anyone can explain what the hell happened to Kyle Busch. It's the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. All right, I forgot to do this.
Ooh, that was dramatic.
A little drama there.
It's never too late to do it either. You got to remember
that. You know a lot more about NASCAR than I do.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do.
Well, you wager on it.
Well, it's all luck of the draw, pulling a poker chip out of an envelope.
It's still that qualifies it, knowing a lot more about it than I do.
I do put money in the game. So
yeah. But this thing with Kyle Busch is just kind of taking the wind out of everyone's sails. And the dude's 41 years old. I guess a race that he was at a few weeks ago, he said he needed some medical treatment when it was over. And then they're talking about earlier in the day, either yesterday or the day before, he was in a simulator, started coughing up blood. He goes to the hospital. And the next thing you know, he's gone. 41 years old.
Way, way too young. Yeah.
What do you read into the reports that have come out about him?
I mean, what a shock, first and foremost. But he won last week. And in his interview, which was, very cryptic, and I'm not reading into it. It was just very ironic to where, there was a sentence where he was like, yeah, you just never know when you're going to get your last win or when the next one's going to come, or something like that. Something to that point.
Was that a truck race that he won?
To be honest,
was that?
I don't know.
Because he was still driving in the truck races and stuff.
Yeah, he was doing both.
He was doing them all. Yeah.
Yeah, he was going back and forth. But when I saw it, I was like, holy shit. And then when I saw, I didn't pay attention to how old he was, being, 41. I'm like, oh. And then very sudden hospitalization, all that. The family obviously put out a very, just vague.
Yeah.
He had passed and this and that. It'll be curious to see what comes out. So I just saw today, he was in a Chevy simulator when he needed to go to the hospital, and then, the coughing up blood stuff. There's all kinds of speculation out there, and I'm not even going to go into some of the bullshit that I've been hearing. Apparently a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Fortunately, I was working all day, so I didn't get to see all the bullshit that's out there on social media.
Apparently a couple weeks ago,
be a ton of it.
He went through a list of drivers that he doesn't like and whatever, and it's just obviously the interwebs just went fucking crazy. But it's weird. So I feel like, and any NASCAR aficionado that's out there that's listening can correct me if I'm wrong, but he was well respected, but obviously not well liked in times. But there are many drivers that aren't. You get cut off and you get slammed into the wall and you get pissed off at the end and want to throw hands and shit. Yeah. You see those clips all the time. But shit, man, 41 years old.
I was listening to
not have enough information, and it's still very early, obviously, but
I was listening to an analyst, a NASCAR expert on ESPN radio last night. I'm driving home, and he was talking about Kyle Busch, and he said Kyle Busch is the kind of guy that, and the drivers talked, and I guess the drivers had great respect for him, and you can't look away from the great number. I think he's got the most number of victories ever across all the different when you have the truck series and then the ARCA series, I guess, or
different.
And then you have the different series. And he said, Kyle Busch is the kind of guy that would wreck his own grandmother to win a race. so I guess in racing circles, I guess that's a sign of respect.
He's a fucking competitor.
Yeah.
He was a competitor. But no, I mean, it's just sad. I mean, again, got a family, 41 years old. I mean, it's way too young. I mean, he's been called by multiple facets, a future Hall of Famer in the NASCAR world.
Yeah. The guy said he was no doubt Hall of Famer.
So what a way to start the Memorial Day weekend.
I don't know, but I see these stories out there, and I saw this story today. There was some expert who was talking about the threat of Ebola again. And that, the guy's, he's coughing up blood in the thing. I mean, is any chance it could be Ebola related? Do you think? Is that a stretch at this point?
I think it's a stretch.
Right.
We'd have to call.
We'd
have to call Dr. Fauci.
No,
we'd have to call Dr. Fauci to find out about that.
Yeah. Him and Amy Acton, I put those two in the same category.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a myriad of things, Dan. Being a paramedic for a while, but not a doctor by any means. It could be a myriad of things. But NASCAR put out, we're sad and heartbroken to share the news of the passing of Kyle Busch, two-time Cup champion and one of our sport's greatest and fiercest drivers, 41 years old. We extend our deepest condolences. Richard Childress Racing and the entire, and it goes into further, but because he was part of the Childress group. And let's see. He'd been in the Cup Series since 2004, making 762 career starts with 63 wins. Busch won the championship in 15 and 19 and had 234 victories across all three NASCAR National Series. So the guy was in it. I mean, the guy was, obviously very involved. And, I mean, he was vocal. He didn't give a shit. I saw, and I forgot about it, but I remember seeing it when it happened, but I forgot until I saw pictures. He can't remember why he was here, but took batting practice with the Reds and hung out with a bunch of older Reds players and stuff, but was on the field taking batting practice and shit. So, and I'm assuming that's probably when Kentucky Speedway was still open.
Yeah,
at the time.
You ever met a NASCAR driver?
Jeb Burton.
They're not very big guys.
No, they're
not.
Our buddy Chris Short, when he was working for Estes, took me down to it was the Xfinity race, so the Saturday race, not the big boys, but sat right on the pit box watching the car come in.
Oh, that's cool.
I got video. Oh, dude, it's fucking. I said, you just ruined me. Like, I could never go to a NASCAR race and sit all the way up there because we were literally sitting next to the crew chief. Headsets, you could listen to what they're talking about.
Now that is very cool.
Hey, hurry the fuck up! Like, while he's sitting in the car and they're changing.
And this was actually while the race was going on.
Yeah,
this was
pitting. Oh my god, it was awesome. But yeah, Jeb Burton, probably about like this big.
Yeah, but no, I did a thing years ago with Kevin Gordon, not Kevin Gordon, but Jeff Gordon, and this was when Kings Island opened a new thing.
He was in a Tide car, probably.
It might have been, but but Jeff Gordon was there, and then he was promoting this new ride that Kings Island had, and you got into these little go-karts that were dressed up to look like NASCAR cars, right? And so, they had this little track, and you got to drive around. So I always tell people I got to race Kevin Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
I'm thinking Kevin Gordon's the guy I work with. I was talking to him on the radio last night.
I raced Kevin Gordon too. Beat his ass too. I beat his ass too.
No, but I couldn't beat Jeff Gordon. They gave him the go-kart that I had was governed. The one he had was not. So we're all just putting along about 2 miles an hour, and he's whipping around the track like, hey, look at me.
Have you ever done that NASCAR experience?
I have not.
So that's pretty amazing.
But I did get to drive around the Kentucky Speedway before in a Ford Mustang. So that was fun.
That's fun.
But they didn't give me the car I wanted, so that was kind of I said, look,
the NASCARs were fun as hell. Got to ride my bike on Atlanta.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Atlanta
when we
Motor
were down
Speedway.
there. Yeah, we did that together. Yeah. That shit was fun as hell.
That was
scary. A little bit scary.
You know, I went and took that high line way up to the very top of the track, and then came around that corner and then shot down right down there, right down to the edge of the.
I don't know if he listens to the podcast or not, but I'm going to call out one of our Warthog members, Miles, who's up in Michigan, but he was down in Atlanta with us. He took it a little bit too high. You remember that? Where he scraped his saddlebag.
Oh yeah.
Against the wall. No, I mean those tracks are like when you're down, like either in the pit box or even being on it, it's intimidating as shit. Those banks are no joke.
Yeah, but
but imagine running 200 miles an hour versus 90.
Yeah, when it was several years ago when they came out with the new model Mustang, this guy I used to work with in the TV, he was he worked for a company called Chip Hart Productions. And they would put together a lot of shows at the convention center and stuff like that. So he calls me one day and he says, "Hey man," he says, we've got a dealership that we work with. They're coming out with these new Mustangs, and they want to take a bunch of these Mustangs to the Kentucky Speedway and drive them around the Speedway." He says, "You want to do that? You want to?" And I said, "Hell yeah, I want to do that."
What kind of question is that?
I said, "But I want one." And my brother-in-law had one, and he's got one that it's a V8 and it's got a manual transmission. And I said, I want one that has a V8 and a manual transmission. So I get there, and then the dude's like, "Oh yeah, man, we'll make that happen. No problem.
We got you, Mr. Carl."
I get there and I'm driving a 6-cylinder with an automatic transmission. And I'm like, that transmission, I'm like, that's all they got. That's all they've got. They brought like 5 or 6 of them. And so I said, okay, it's all I got. I'll drive it. But I get out there and, I'm pushing it. It's all I can do to make this piece of shit go 110 or 115 miles an hour. But the thing, what I really got a newfound respect for race car drivers that day, because once I got the thing up to speed and I don't know, I got to do 15 or 16 laps. So I had, I got to try different lines and stuff. But you would come around turn number 3, and from an earlier race, there was a big black tire mark that came off, the top side of the wall. The tire mark goes down like this and then goes right back into the wall. And so when you're going over 100 miles an hour and you come around that turn, your eye wants to follow that line and turn you right into the wall. And so you've got to fight that urge to follow that line. And it was after the 4th or 5th time that it got a little bit easier. But the first couple of times you see that, man, that thing is like follow me right into the wall.
Well, yeah, and you're fighting the fucking steering wheel because obviously centrifugal force wants to push you this way. You're like, all right, just keep it on the line, keep it on the line. Oh shit! But the NASCAR ones, it was you got one lap where you rode. And then you'd pit, and then the instructor, if talking to you, was comfortable enough,
he'd let you
behind
switch. The wheel. Did you get behind the wheel?
Oh yeah, dude, it was
sweet.
And you got 4 laps, absolutely fucking amazing. And
were there other cars on the track with you, or were you by yourself?
Yeah, there were other cars.
So you got to pass people. And
stuff?
we
were doing races.
Sweet. Oh, that's cool.
If you ever have the chance to do the Kyle Petty experience at whatever racetrack you're close to, it's worth the money to do it. One time, just to do it, saved on it, but it was neat. I tried to do that on the highway every day, just passing cars because people drive like fucking morons, but I don't want to fuck my car up or a company car up. So
yeah, when I was
I toned her down a little bit.
When I was hanging out down at the airport, Brad Kozlowski used to come in every so often on his private jet. He'd be up here for different promotional things or whatever. I think he might have been sponsored by P&G, but so he had to come in town every so often and do things. Cincinnati, we don't have a lot of NASCAR racing going on here in Cincinnati.
We did for a little bit.
I know. What's the deal with the Kentucky Speedway?
And then it was a holding house because we didn't have chips.
Is the Kentucky Speedway just gonna rot? Fall apart.
It is vacant and abandoned.
That's too bad.
They left a lot of shit there. I follow a couple TikTok guys that are local that go and invest, explore and whatever. and they like went into all the garages and shit. I mean,
You can get in there. It's not locked up.
Oh, it's locked up. They climb fences.
Oh,
and shit.
well, okay.
But there's still a ton of vehicles and stuff in the garages, like old ambulances and shit. But tools and stuff were still there,
just sitting there.
But do you remember when they were holding all the Ford F-150s?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, there were thousands of them.
Yeah.
Because there was no chip.
Didn't have the chips.
There were thousands. You drive by it and you could see them, and you're like, Jesus Christ! All of that metal just sitting there. And I say metal just in the fact that it's trucks that you need one chip. How much money could have been made? Even just scrapping the shit. I don't know what they ended up doing with them.
You know what I think?
They're gone now, but
you know what I think American people would buy if someone was smart enough to offer it to them? I think American people would buy automobiles that don't have a computer in them. The way they used to be back.
The way they used to be.
In the 70s or the 80s or
the shit my dad used to work
on. I think you can make an engine, a modern engine with the gas mileage requirements and all that kind of stuff that you got to have these days. And a lot of people have told me that you have to have a computer on board in order to maintain that the proper exhaust level, or whatever it is.
The government regulation levels.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was up to me, I would say let's make a car, a dumb car. It's not dumb, but I would make a car that is just as basic as you can get. You got a heater, maybe an air conditioner, AM, FM radio, the windows that roll down like this,
the
crank windows. And I put that on. I mean, a good solid car.
It's
something that's not a piece of shit.
It's a shit that people can work on themselves.
You can work on it yourself.
You don't have to take it to a dealer.
No, there's no computer. You don't have any backup cameras.
Do you remember when
you don't have I don't know. You got seatbelts. You don't have but you don't have
Do any other states still currently have the emissions checks? You remember that bullshit?
Oh.
When you had to go to the emissions check.
What did you write on the card when you sat there and wait and they have the card? How was your experience? And I just write, this is complete bullshit.
I did the exact same thing.
I like, fuck the government.
They put your gas cap on this fucking hose that you have no idea where that fucking hose is going and what it's even tested. Oh, is it got a good seal?
It was such a shakedown. It was so much bullshit.
Yeah, because you had to pay. You had to pay that before you got your fucking registration.
All bending backwards, bending over for the environmentalists and all that. God, I was so sick of that.
That was dumb.
It was terrible.
And then they put your car on the fucking rollers.
You're
getting your motorcycle dyno tested, which I would volunteer to do to see what my bike performance would be. But they're making you do it and putting more wear and tear.
And then
you
get some numbnut in there who has no idea how to drive your car, and he's someone stepping on you. And how many stories were there about these dudes not doing the rollers right, and the cars would go shooting out of the bay and wreck into a concrete wall, or a tree or something, and there's another car in the parking lot.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that had a horrible experience. I mean, I didn't have that experience, but here, let me pay you to just run the shit out of my car, or truck that I could do myself.
And then you had to pay, what was it, $43, something like
40 or $50.
Yeah.
And then you had to go back to the BMV to get your fucking registration. Hey, look, I got my certificate. It passed.
How stupid.
I'm
glad
dumb.
we got rid of that.
We'll put that as one of the dumbass ideas of the week.
Yeah. So last night on Capitol Hill, there was a meeting. And I don't know if you've followed this or not, but Trump has... as a result of Trump, who was actually suing the Internal Revenue Service because they released his tax returns, and you're not supposed to do that, so he sued. So it's a very weird situation to have the president of the United States suing one of the entities of the federal government. So the lawsuit was settled. And the settlement resulted in a $1.8 billion, what's called a weaponization fund. Okay, a weaponization victim fund. So the current Attorney General of the United States helped create this. And what it is, it's for anyone not just friends of Donald Trump, but anyone who feels they have been wronged by the federal government can try and tap into this fund to, if you've got attorney's expenses, if your business was ruined, if you lost your house, I mean, all this stuff. And so there was a meeting last night a bipartisan meeting to try to get the funding mechanism squared away for this so this thing can go forward. And so you have this meeting, and then all these Republican senators are jumping up and down saying, oh, this is going to cost us in the midterms. Trump just wants to pay, people who assaulted police officers on January 6th. He wants to give them money, buying votes, all this kind of stuff. And you've got all these Republican senators who are essentially repeating DNC talking points. And look, there's going to be some tough questions to answer about this. But for God's sake, tell the story about the thousands of Americans who were there on January 6th at the Capitol, who did nothing more than walk into the Capitol through doors that were already opened or doors that were being held open by police officers, walked in, walked around the rotunda, maybe took a few pictures, took a selfie, and then when they were told it was time to get out, what did they do? They walked out.
Yep.
But yet those people wound up under the boot of the Biden administration, charged with, essentially being a terrorist and all these terrible crimes. And so they had to, they lost their freedom. They got locked up, many of them in solitary confinement, had to mortgage their home or, dip into their 401k, their savings plan, so they could pay attorney's fees, all this stuff. And I mean, it is absolutely one of the most shameful chapters in the history of the United States. Now, and yet they can't bring themselves to relate those kind of stories and say, yes, those people who were wronged in that way should be compensated. They can't bring themselves to do that. All they're doing is stopping at the one-liner that Donald Trump wants to pay people who beat up police officers on January 6th.
Is this the same story that the reporter asked Vance? Can Hunter Biden apply for it? He goes, he absolutely can. And he absolutely. And I think I don't want to misquote, but like he pushed it, like, yeah, by all means.
He said they're going to take it on a case by case basis.
You're an American citizen.
Yeah.
Put in your application and they will look at it.
If Hunter Biden thinks he was a victim of lawfare that was conducted against him, by all means, he has every right.
I know about that much of this, but yes. Yes.
But the thing is, it's not that hard to get the truth out about people who deserve this. Now, to my way of thinking, anyone who engaged with or fought with a police officer on that day doesn't deserve a fucking dime. You can't go out there and beat up cops. And I think the vast majority of those who did were probably plants. I mean, look, we know the FBI had plants in the crowd. We know that much of what happened on January 6th was a setup by various federal agencies. So, I mean, all that has yet to be sorted out. All the evidence is out there. The Liz Cheney committee, the January 6th committee didn't do jack shit about that. The only thing they did was put on a show that tried to convince the American people that Trump was guilty when it came to January 6th. But I mean, there are thousands and thousands of stories out there of grandmothers who walked in there, and even people who weren't in D.C. that day wound up doing time.
Yeah,
and because and they were being persecuted.
Jill just put on there, and I put it on the screen, or the parents put on FBI watch list for speaking out their local school boards.
She's exactly right. So this is the kind of thing that Trump says, look, the settlement does not accrue to him. He wants that money to go to people who were wronged by the federal government. And I think it's a great thing, but yet you've got all these Republicans who are scared and The bottom line of what happened last night is John Thune had to shut it down and say, okay, kids, take your ball, go home, have your pity party, and we'll come back in a month and try and do it again. Right. As if in a month's time, they're going to, or they'll come back sometime in June.
Like the government's going to do anything.
As if that's going to all of a sudden, they're going to come back and be adults and be able to, to function as such. I mean, what an absolute joke. I mean, they're an absolute disgrace, and they make me sick.
I'm glad you pulled that one though, because I forgot about that one. I mean, just there's been a lot going on, so trying to grab shit and be prepared somewhat, and then the Kyle Busch stuff. I was like, well, that's one we definitely have to hit. But no, I'm glad you brought that one up.
Yeah, but the other thing that happened today was Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, I did not hear this.
She announced her resignation effective June 30th, I believe, is the day. She said her husband, Abraham, has been diagnosed with an extremely rare form of bone cancer. She said he's facing major challenges in the coming weeks and months. And so she says she needs to step away from public service to support him through his battle with cancer. So, I mean, you and I have a good friend who has been through his own battle with cancer.
Yes, sir.
And so we know the toll that takes. So I think that's, and look, when you're in a position like director of national intelligence.
Can you move your fucking computer that way?
Why's that?
Because it's getting in the way of my fucking mouse.
Oh, sorry.
God, don't make me sound
your
like
fancy new mouse.
Well,
it looks like something out of Star Wars.
It's actually less wide. I bought it for that reason. And there's only two of us at this desk. Normally, Pappas is the one yelling at you. I mean, I moved everything down to be more comfortable, but you just want to be closer to me.
I just want I want you to be comfortable.
You just want to be closer to me.
I'm fine. I'm sitting over here.
All right. No, you're good.
Yeah, but she. You cannot be in a position like DNI, and you can't do that job part time.
No.
So, and then she's going to need to spend significant time with him through whatever course of treatment he's going to be going through. So she recognized that and said July 3rd, or not July, but June 30th is it. And so Tulsi Gabbard will be gone. And I was very skeptical.
Hearing that explanation makes a little bit more sense when you're like, oh, you said, Tulsi resigned. We didn't talk about any of this beforehand. I hadn't heard anything yet. Just because the day got away from me.
That was some breaking news today. When I was with Randy Corbett earlier today, and we were having some lunch at
our buddy Randy Corbett.
Yep, Randy Corbett used to sponsor the show, and we were having some lunch at By Gollies, and she was on the TV, and I thought, well, why are they showing Tulsi Gabbard on TV? What happened? And then come to find out that she had submitted her resignation, and her husband's got this terrible cancer. And so I was very skeptical of her in the beginning. And, when she came under attack by Hillary Clinton. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton called her a Russian agent and a Russian asset. And just lambasted her really for no good reason, because she was gaining popularity and taking it away from Hillary Clinton.
Then the clowns from The View fucking jumped on it, and then she blasted Joy Behar like it was nobody's business. Like nobody's ever blasted Joy Behar before because nobody wanted to.
But
she was like, "Hey, you said I was a Russian asset, and I was ignorant." She goes, "Was ignorant the right word?" The fucking interview was absolutely amazing.
But I think Tulsi Gabbard has proven herself to be a very reliable and someone who cares about America. So I wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, that's kind of very, very good asset for us. Helped a ton. Hate to hear that, obviously a severe sickness has come in, but you got to do what you got to do. Family first, right?
Absolutely. And then, of course, the other one who is gone is Colbert, Stephen Colbert. I guess his final show aired last night. Look, I have never watched a Stephen Colbert show, even when he was on the Comedy Channel before, I guess. He went to CBS and started doing late night. I have never watched. I have seen plenty of clips of him, and his show on TV. And I mean, and look, it's just the steady diet of him going out and bashing Trump every night, and it's not funny. And so he had CBS was losing millions of dollars on his show, millions. And I mean, the ratings were just absolutely abysmal. And you got all these people shouting about First Amendment and CBS is not doing the right thing and all this stuff. Well, I mean, why is it incumbent on CBS to put this guy's show on to the tune of losing millions of dollars?
Right.
Every single year, every single season that this show is on. I mean, they don't have any obligation to do that. So here's what Trump put out about Colbert today. Trump wrote this: Colbert is finally finished at CBS. Amazing he lasted so long. No talent, no ratings, no life. He was like a dead person. You could take a person off the street and they would be better than this total jerk. Thank goodness he's finally gone. So that was Trump's epitaph for Stephen Colbert.
Let's be honest though. You lose your show, and not even just the host. They're taking the whole show out, right? Because it's losing money. It's not bringing anything to the table. He's going to make a ton, and I'm pulling some of this from Drinking Bros because that's what I was listening to while I was on the road today. So I'm not trying to steal their content or their thunder, but they're right. He's still going to make millions doing whatever podcast he does, to where the people that want to listen to his fucking dribble that comes out of his face are going to subscribe to. He'll get a Patreon. He'll get, Substack, whatever he's going to do. He's going to make fucking money. So he's not hurt. He's not hurting.
Well, even if
he's just off late night TV. I mean, but again, you and I
think he was getting paid like $13 million a year, $14 million a year to do the show on CBS.
He'll make that.
I mean, if you were making that money over a period of 10 or 15 or 20 years, wouldn't you have a little bit set aside?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you be in a position to where
but it's people like
doesn't
that.
matter if you work another day in your life or not?
And I'm gonna throw you, myself, Pappas, whoever. We do this because we like it, but we like to throw our thoughts out. Well, that's what he's doing. I didn't like his show. I don't like his views. I don't like his politics. And that's okay. He's allowed to say what he wants to say, and I'm allowed to not like it, and I'm allowed to say what I want to say, and people are allowed to not like it. Cincy 513. But he's going to get paid because he's got a name.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
And he's not an old man, right? So like he still has gas in the tank.
Yeah.
And if I were him, I mean, yeah, fuck. Somebody wants to sponsor a podcast and you just want me to sit here and talk, which is exactly just what he did. He didn't even talk to his guest. Like he talked to Adam. Well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to talk right at a microphone.
I don't think he was particularly funny either.
No. No, his humor was
Johnny
fucking
Carson
garbage.
was funny.
There
was a time when David Letterman was funny.
There's not a late night show that I watch anymore.
No. Late night TV.
Like a Johnny Carson or Jay Leno.
I think
Leno wasn't even, he was funny, but not not all the time.
I think he was averaging like 240,000 viewers a night, which for network TV is just, I mean, that you get beat by, or there's still TV stations that put test patterns on at the end of the night.
The fucking the Indian symbol.
I mean, when I was a kid, man, I can't tell you how much time I spent staring at test patterns.
That explains a lot. It actually explains
trying to figure out what am I missing here. Is something going to happen? But I gotta go to the bathroom and come back. Oh, it's still on.
Even, I mean, outside of this topic, Jill and I talked about it. Like when we go to bed at night, because we're normally in bed around 11-ish, 10:30, 11-ish, depending on the day. If it's a weekend night, then that's a whole different story. But yeah, during the week when we got to work, and we're a Fox News household here, but some people watch that. Jimmy Fallon, I don't think Jimmy Fallon's that fucking funny. Ever since he left, he was funny on Saturday Night Live, But then Saturday Night Live took their fucking turn.
Yeah.
You
Jimmy
know,
Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. What's the other guy's name? Seth something.
Seth Meyers.
Yeah, he does. What show is?
He's the Late Show.
So he's on after Colbert.
Yes.
All right.
And then I believe so. Don't quote me on it, but he's the Late Show, I believe.
I've never seen any of them, so I don't.
I get them all mixed up. But then you had James Corden. You remember the guy that would do carpool karaoke?
Yeah.
Funny shit. The British guy, the fat blonde British guy. He had his show for about half a second, and they're like, they did the same thing. Yeah, we're yanking it. They pulled him, and I think Colbert took his spot in that same show. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chats, because I'm not. I know I'm not positive on that, but you had all of those players late night, and I get the show names mixed up, but none of it was fucking funny anymore.
Nah.
What's the other guy? Light skin black fellow's name. British. He's got one. He's got a show.
The guy that's doing the comedy channel now, the Daily Show. That guy.
Is that it?
I don't know. I don't think any. I just don't think it. Look, I think there's a lot of political humor to be mined out there. And if you want to make a joke and talk about Trump, by all means. But I mean, these people were out there talking, getting into the weeds of policy issues, talking about Trump. And it just I really think it's disrespectful to the audience.
Trevor Noah is the one I was thinking.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy. But I've never watched the show.
He's not funny either.
But I just think it's really disrespectful to the audience to every single night go out and hammer Trump for whatever the flavor of the day is. And so, and I think some of these other shows are going away too. So he's gone. I don't care.
What I find amusing though is the fact that like Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers put their shows. They didn't even have a show last night in like solidarity of the fact that, oh, this is Stephen Colbert's last show and this show's gone. Guess what? If you were destitute, do you think that motherfucker would give you any fucking money? Probably.
Colbert?
Yeah. I'm just talking like, oh, if it was your show, like, oh my God, it's so sad. It's so bad. No, he made his own goddamn bed. Let's see. Our buddy Beazle's 1981. Jimmy Fallon sucked on SNL even. I thought he was funny in certain points, but towards the end, yeah, it started getting, well, I think he was pretty much told this is what we're doing. But he said he couldn't even keep a straight face for nothing. I like it when they laugh in character, but he wasn't really any good. I enjoyed him for, I would say, 75% of the time. I'll go 75%, but I don't disagree with you.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
got spoiled. I
don't even watch Saturday Night Live.
I was around long. I've been around long enough to where I was watching Saturday Night Live with, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase and Garrett Morris.
That's because you're 150 years old.
All those, Lorraine Newman, I think was her name, and God, what's the other one? Jane Curtin.
Gilda Radner. I mean, those shows.
John Belushi. My God. Those shows were so funny.
Oh, no. And I love watching the reruns of that. Eddie Murphy was a fucking state. I mean, he made that fucking place. But
I'm Gumby, damn it.
I like Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Oh, sorry, children.
I mean, even Chris Farley.
Sorry, children. That's the landlord. The rent's due. I will see you next week. What a great fucking skit. You do that shit now. Oh, God bless America.
Oh, God. All right. What else do you got? What else you got today? What else? I mean, you had some other stuff, too.
I did, but I'm trying to be a bartender as well.
All
right. So, obviously, we're going
If the fridge was over here, I'd be happy to retrieve the beers.
Should put it there, but then we have too many fat asses right here.
Trust
not
me.
enough room.
Trust me. There's not a lot of space back here.
Not a lot of space.
Look, there's our. Don't break the OJ picture.
We are going into Memorial Day weekend. So let's
God bless those who gave their all
Yes.
for our country.
let's do that first. We need to everybody needs to recognize what this weekend is. We're in what seems like a Seattle storm of
Is it just me, or
Despair.
does it seem like it rains a lot on Memorial Day?
and July 4th.
Yeah, well, I'm
In
concentrating
Cincinnati.
one holiday at a time.
Our holidays are terrible.
I can remember a lot of Memorial Days where it was, I go to an event, go up to the helicopter park where they read the names, and I've stood there many times in my poncho, and it's just pouring down rain, just rain, and that's what it was today.
I feel like
I don't know what's going to happen on Monday, but
hopefully it's clear.
Yeah.
I hope it's clear because we've got a lot of American Legion activities, putting flags out, 21 gun salutes at each cemetery for our veterans here locally, here in Anderson Township.
are you doing that this year? Are you on the committee?
I'm gonna see if they need help. I mean, it's really just a matter of whether they need people or if they had enough volunteers. But I enjoy doing it.
I think that's a very nice thing you guys do.
It's always fun. We have a great bell ringing ceremony, reading off. Everybody has the opportunity to take a little index card and a marker and write down somebody in your family, and they read the names off. So I think it's amazing. So, I mean, the big thing is remembering like what this weekend is actually about, and that's why I put in the description. Like it's the start of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
For most. Right now, we feel like we live in Seattle, just getting bombarded with rain right now, which sucks. Pools being pushed back, opening.
I was out in the rain today with no umbrella.
You're a good man. You're a good man for it.
I got soaking wet twice today. Not once, but twice.
I won't do that because the guy that's training me in this safety position
Mm-hmm.
says, how you judge a good safety man is he's not out in the rain. I said, you know what? Those are words to live by. So we grilled steaks.
So you don't what? But
We grilled steaks under an umbrella or under a pop-up tent to celebrate the guys that got us 0 citations. That's what my day entailed. I had a great steak lunch.
You mean you're not out in the rain, or you have rain gear?
Well, we try not to be out in the rain. I mean, if we have to be out in the rain,
have they
we will.
provided you with proper rain gear?
I have all the proper apparel that I do.
Okay, all right.
But if you're smart, you stay in your car and you're like, "Yep, that looks fucked up." Let me take a picture.
Well, why don't you get out and take a look at it?
Let me take a picture of that.
Why don't you get out and take a look at it?
I'm sure I will. I'm sure.
You know?
I'm new to the job.
You got to have the proper footwear.
I got muck boots.
There you go.
That was one of. He was like, "You need to get a pair of muck boots."
Yeah,
cool. Got it. With the boot country.
The rain suits they make these days are very comfortable.
Yes. I almost would rather wear my motorcycle rain gear.
There you go.
That shit's
practically
amazing.
impenetrable.
That shit's amazing. But this weekend, start of summer, Memorial Day, everybody, I mean, it's so funny where my full-time gig is. Veterans Day, Memorial Day gets mixed up so many times with the younger crowd, I'll put it.
Well, Obama made that mistake. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talking about Memorial Day. We honor many of the veterans who sacrificed their lives for our country. And said, I see many of them here today.
Really?
Out there in the audience.
I don't have a college degree, but I can pretty much tell you you're wrong. But no, I mean, everybody everywhere has a lot of events going on. I hope everybody is going to attempt to attend, one of those events outside of, family picnics or whatever, but just, or even just take a minute and think about why we're here and even why we bicker and bitch back and forth. But it's because of the people that laid their lives down for us to be able to do that. But this story, and let me pull it up here real quick. And I'm curious. I want your thoughts. We barely even talked about it before we started. But I thought this was really fucking cool. And I don't know if you like this guy or not, but Joey Jones from Fox from Fox News. So I'm going to play this real quick just for a second.
Time now for one more thing, Jade.
We all want to wish hearty congratulations to our colleague, Joey Jones. So Joey Jones just re-enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserve during a ceremony at the Pentagon today. He originally enlisted right after high school. He served as a bomb technician for 8 years. And during his last deployment to Afghanistan in 2010, he was responsible for disarming more than 80 IEDs. He will be incredible for recruitment, and what a patriot. Congrats, Joey.
Congratulations.
I love that.
Awesome.
Joey Jones.
So anybody that doesn't know who he is,
What a great American.
he doesn't have he lost both his fucking legs.
Lost both legs. Yeah.
Both his legs.
Walks around with the leaf springs on his feet. Which he's got the leaf springs, and he's also got the one where you can wear shoes too.
Yeah, he's got like actual like
the
prosthetic with the feet.
Titanium prosthetics, yeah.
But my question is I'm curious as to what will he be doing?
I would be very interested to see what his MOS is.
Yeah, like where are they going to put him? I love the fact that Hexeth swore him in.
I mean, did he swear into the reserves? Did he swear in? Is he going to be part time? Did he swear he's going to be? Is he going to be regular active duty? I mean, is he going to be
right?
That's what I haven't seen a story that has all those details in it. But I mean, when you look at Joey Jones, I saw the swearing in video a couple of days ago, and the guy is extremely fit. I mean, he has not shied away from his exercise regimen.
Oh, he's built like
I mean, the guy. I mean, he looks fan. I mean, look at that guy. This is what you want a guy rocking a Marine Corps uniform to look like. Staff sergeant. I mean, you know, no one's going to fuck with that staff sergeant. I'm sorry. And I mean, Joey Jones. But from a PR perspective, I think it's if the Marine Corps uses him in a public relations role,
and that's where
I think that's perfectly fine.
And that's where I think, honestly, where that should go, because you push that to the younger demographic, you know, for the recruiters. Hey, look, this guy did it.
Yeah, got
severely hurt, severely injured, and is still loves this country enough to want to do that. I mean, I don't know, and I'm not a military guy, and I know we have a couple military guys in the chats. I'm not trying to speak for anybody, so just know that. I was just super impressed the fact that I'm sure it is more public relations to try to, you know, just kind of, no pun intended, but, you know, kick the younger shit in the ass.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if this guy's willing to do it, maybe you should too.
I mean,
because you are full and able bodied. He's not full and able bodied.
Yeah, he's missing a couple legs.
So that's where I'm curious as to where they're going to play that. And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
I think he can do a lot of different things.
He can do a lot of great things.
Yeah. I think if they told him to go back to being a bomb tech, he would go back to being a bomb tech. But over the years, and I do not know his personal story of how he got started at Fox News, because I don't think he had really any television experience before he got on to Fox News. I think he might have been interviewed a couple of times, and then someone said, "Hey, you know, would you like to come on?" And I think and do this, and I think that's how he got started. But I don't know. That's his story for sure. But I mean, watching him grow and develop as a TV person over the last several years has so really been amazing.
He's so intelligent.
He researches it, and the one thing, you know, he's done a variety of shows on Fox, and I mean there's been times when he's filled in for Hannity, he's filled in for Jesse Waters. He'll be a co-host on the Five. He'll do the Greg Gutfeld show. So he'll do all the different shows. Most recently, they have shows on the weekend called the Big Weekend Shows, and so that is a sort of a personality and news driven program that's a little bit of a hybrid of the different shows that they have on Fox News. But there are times when Joey Jones will zero in on a topic and just lay down 3, 4, 5 minutes of unbelievably solid and great commentary on a particular topic. And you know, he has squared off time multiple times with Jessica Tarlov.
Idiot.
Yeah, I mean he'll go toe to toe with any libtard out there that wants to try and call him out on the things that he talks about. And I know he does a ton of research on the topics that he is asked to comment on, and so when he takes that role very seriously, and I think he does a great job. So him being in the Marine Corps, I think is I salute him. I think it's fantastic. And I just think there's a lot of different things he can do.
I think him, Hegseth, Stu Scheller, Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller, true patriots, care about this country, and want to give that back. And then Beazle put in there, Dakota Myers, another one that went back in, who got severely injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the timing's perfect.
I'd like to see some video of him and Zeke throwing some iron around in the weight room.
Oh,
how great would that be?
Both of them on the bench. I mean, Zeke's,
that would be fantastic.
I think Zeke's pipes are a little bit bigger than
a little bit bigger, but not. I think Joey would hold his own.
I think he'd hold his own, but I don't know.
I think that would be cool. I think that would be very cool.
I think Zeke. Yeah. I'll tag Zeke in this. I'll hashtag it. And then have him reach out and be like, they should do a fucking lift-a-thon. You remember,
be great.
High school football?
Oh,
where you do the lift-a-thon?
Yeah,
I think they should go head to head.
Find a charitable cause, raise some money. That'd be fantastic.
Let's hit our sponsor Varda real quick, and then we'll finish up here.
Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care in America. Behind each statistic is a face, a story, and often a heartbreaking message. It's not my fault. The Varner Foundation for Children and Families was created in 2020 to change this reality. They don't just raise awareness about the foster care crisis, they take action. When local agencies can't meet a child's need, the Varner Foundation steps in. From providing essential resources to foster families to supporting children who've experienced trauma, they're building a network of hope. Every donation, every partnership, every act of support creates ripples of healing in a child's life. These aren't just statistics, they're futures being restored. One child at a time. Visit varnerfoundation.org and be the difference in a child's life, where 100% of all donations go directly to families in need. 100%. Because every child deserves to know you matter, you're valued, and it's not your fault.
Our friends from the Varner Foundation, we are actually going to go see Dan Varner perform with the, I guess now it's the Netherton Varner Band.
They changed the name of that band a lot.
There's reasons.
Are they avoiding IRS?
There's reasons. There's reasons. It's not government. It's not governmental reasons. Right. But they do have to change it.
They got a gig at the Taste of Cincinnati this weekend?
They're at Turfway tonight.
Turfway, okay.
I don't know what they're.
You going to that?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
All right.
We're gonna hang out with our friend.
No big doings at the Legion tonight.
People will be down at the Legion tonight. If you would,
saw that.
If you would,
I saw someone text that. Would it be worth our while to go down?
I think it'd be worth your while to go there, or go to Turfway and support Dan Varner.
Maybe we'll do that.
Or we could do.
I wouldn't mind getting out for a little.
Or
bit.
we could do both. Stop down there for a minute, then come back here.
What time does Varner take the stage tonight?
He takes a stage at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. All right.
9 p.m.
We've got that train coming.
We've got two
coming around the bend.
Guarantee he starts that with it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. That's where he starts. We've got two. Well, here let's hit.
Just idiots of the day.
Yeah, our idiots. Real quick. Sorry, I jumped ahead. My bad. It's this new mouse. I'm blaming.
I know you're you've got a learning curve with that now.
Dude, the sensitivity on this thing is so fucking crazy.
This already doesn't look good.
This was absolutely amazing. Kindergarten graduation. Everybody's graduating, moving on to new grades, hopefully, if you did all your shit right. And how awesome would this be if you were to show up when your kids were younger?
All right, let's see.
I don't even know if there's sound. There might not be sound on this one, but
God, that is so ridiculous. How come I don't see any kids in that video?
because I think they're all up on stage looking at their parents being
Kids
fucking
are up on
idiots.
stage.
That's a kindergarten graduation.
Hey, Joey, is that your dad down there?
Oh shit, he's in a rear
Oh,
naked
my
choke. He's in
God.
a Dad, tap out. Dad, tap out. I mean, what in the actual fuck? I saw that and I grabbed the video. It didn't have sound. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have heard shit anyway, but motherfucker, fuck you.
Was
And-
that? I mean, was
I
that?
don't know if they were fighting over seats, if there
This
was.
is like where somebody gets to sit, and isn't it generally, first come, first serve?
It was in a goddamn gym, on
I
a
know.
gym floor with just fold up seats. Not that hard.
It's a kindergarten graduation.
Right.
God, when my kids were little, we took them to.
I was laughing in my bunk room so
Yeah.
hard when I saw that video. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is where fucking society has gone.
Yeah, before they got into the first grade or kindergarten, we had to take them to. It was called Little Red Schoolhouse, which was a daycare facility, which I think is they've closed down since then. But
Mommy, how did Daddy get beat up?
it was the end of the. I guess they have the seasons or school years or whatever, and I get a call one day, and it's the director of Little Red Schoolhouse, and
There we
she
go. It
said-
was in Toledo. Oh, of course.
Okay.
Fucking Ohio.
Toledo.
Fucking idiots from Ohio. Jesus.
And she says, "Oh, we're having our graduation tomorrow." Said, "Graduation? Excuse me, for what?" Well, we've got certain kids who are moving on. They're going to be in kindergarten next year. And I said, "Okay, that's great." She says, "Well, you're on TV, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, maybe you should bring a TV crew out here and cover this on the news." I said, "It's Little Red Schoolhouse." I said, "Nobody wants to see that." But your son is gone. I said, "I don't care if my son's in it. I'm not going to be there."
It happens every year. Or should.
It's Little Red. It's Little Red. It's a daycare center. I'm not going to go bring a camera crew to a daycare center and say, "Oh, look at these kids. They're graduating from daycare. Oh, my God."
They're going so great.
Oh, my God.
We got
It's not that big of a deal, folks. Trust me. It's not.
I've got two local events tying into veteran stuff, and then I've got one of our new chatters and subscribers, followers, who's in the chats, has some exciting news.
By the way, if you're a new subscriber to the One Morning Out of Here podcast, thank you. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yes,
from the bottom of my heart. I mean, it's gratifying to know that people are listening to the podcast, and they, whatever value you might find from our chats here, 2, 3, 4 times a week, whatever the case may be, that you're willing to. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but that you're willing to do that, go that extra mile.
You're taking an hour a day, each day that we do it.
I definitely appreciate it.
And there's been a lot of work.
Go unnoticed.
There's been a lot of work put into it, and trying to get better and trying to make it grow.
Start humble little podcast here.
Yeah. Fun little hobby.
One more and I'm out of here.
So we got our buddy
Look at this.
Jeremy Sipes, who is a member of the Sons of the American Legion. He's a veteran. He is part of the Irreverent Warriors organization, and they put on a golf scramble every year. So he asked if we would publicize this. And
Didn't we play in this one last year?
I don't know if we played it last year or the year before,
Okay.
but I know we played it once.
All right.
But this generates money for a lot of veterans. They do what they call what do you call it, like the undie run. So like they wear like their little short PT shorts, and they do a hike.
Tidy whities.
They do a hike and stuff. And I mean, it's stuff that they did when they were in the military.
Like Will Ferrell running around.
You can make fun of it if you want. I'm not making fun of veterans. This guy is.
I'm not.
This guy is.
I'm just
saying.
saying.
And he is a veteran, but he was Air Force.
They're running around in their underwear.
He calls it the undie run.
Okay, all right.
But it's very hard for me to read. I have to get real close to this. But Saturday, June 27th, 2026, 1:30 p.m. shotgun start. Still Meadow Country Club here, close to Anderson Township. If you are around, if you want to get involved, you want to get a team together, want to sponsor, get with me. I can get you the information and put it to him. What's that say? $525. It's probably easier for me to read it up there. $525 for a 4-man team, includes golf cart and a dinner.
There you go.
$125 per single. You can sponsor if you would like to. They got mulligans. They got all the accoutrements. Is that the right word?
That's the
accoutrements to go with a golf scramble. It is fun. It is a good time. They're looking for support, so we definitely want to push that for them. And then our Sons of the American Legion chapter has a golf scramble in August.
It's very colorful.
Yes. AI is amazing. I didn't do that.
All right.
Todd Sledge takes care of all this. He is formulating the whole plan.
A lot of those things that Sledge makes look like this.
Yes. He crushes it.
He's doing very well on it.
But that's at Reeves Golf Course here close. August 14th.
I've played that golf course.
That's called the Dan Carroll Country Club, as we call it. $400 a team, 4-man scramble. We got a party afterward at the post.
There you go.
So all the alcohol and everything will go money wise at the
14th.
post afterward. And then we got Dave Lewis from the.
What day of the week is that? A Friday? All right. I'm going to put it on my schedule.
Friday.
I'll put it on my calendar when I get home.
We have Dave Lewis.
Wonder if I can find a
tickling the keys afterward at the post.
I'm gonna find me some heavy hitters.
Well, I think you should.
Bring a big force into that one.
But to close it out, so when we first came on, our buddy Beazles 1981 is new to the chats, but a very good friend of mine. We went to high school together and have known his family for a long time. Marine veteran. His brother's a Marine veteran.
Semper Fi, brother.
Veteran. I say veteran. I say it wrong. But he is starting a new podcast. And I am urging every one of you guys. Let me get my phone up so I can read the description properly. But I'm encouraging you. He's putting out his first podcast. He's putting himself out there. This is not easy to do. Just I want to start it out that way.
Not that hard for me.
Not for because you just fucking show up. Because you just fucking show up. I'm trying to have.
I know you do all the work.
I'm trying to have a fucking
look.
serious
I tell
moment.
everyone I know when it comes to the podcast. Jason Kiefer has taught himself how to run the board. Look, I couldn't run that board over there. With all the StreamYard and the subscriptions and all that stuff. I couldn't do all that. I mean, you hook up the microphones. I mean, everything. I mean, it does not go unnoticed. I mean, I know how much work it is for you to put in. And then when we did our show with Afro Man, you had to take it all apart, put it in the case, take it over there, set it all up again. I mean, that's a lot of work, man. So I know I give you props. I joke around, but I give you props.
I appreciate it
for everything you do.
All I would request is that you show up more than 5 minutes early.
I was here 15 minutes early today.
Anyway, I appreciate it, Dan. Thank you. And it's been a long time. I mean, it's been a long time of just learning and all of us. And I mean, it's not that you don't do any help either.
No, but I mean, you taught yourself how to do all this. And that is a very impressive feat.
It's actually pretty cool.
It is very cool.
But my buddy Beazle's in the chats. I'm going to call him out by name. Brian Griffith. is putting himself out there and is going to do some really, really good things. And I think it's fitting that we're doing it here on Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend. For him, his initial launch tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be released tomorrow or Sunday. I will get you that information. But this is the image of his podcast that he's starting. It's called the 30-Inch Step, featuring Brian Griffith, Marine Corps retired. I want to get this description because I can't fucking read it. In the military, the 30-inch step is a standard movement for marching forward. When a service member transitions back to civilian life, that standard doesn't quite fit the pavement. This show will explore how short-stepping, overstepping, and falling on our faces can lead to many unfortunate events, or how it has been the right step in the right direction and been successful. No matter the case, every veteran deserves to be heard. I hope this show will capture many veteran stories with the hope to build bridges instead of stagnant waters with all who share the cloth of our nation. I'm doing this for us, the veterans. I know there are several high-profile shows that showcase and dive into bigger issues / matters, but the rest of us have stories too. No matter how you served, when you served, or what you did while you served, your story matters. We need to lean on each other and take the full 30-inch step together. I think it's absolutely amazing what he is trying to do, starting just like we did, grassroots.
Yeah.
Competing against some heavy hitter podcasts. But I think that with everybody that we know local, we can connect him.
I love the idea behind it.
We can connect,
I really do.
We can connect him with people, but I love what he is trying to do. And the fact that he's making that step to do it. I met him for, dinner and drinks probably a month and a half ago. He was picking my brain how to do it, how to start it. I like to feel like I'm on that basement floor to get him going where he's going. So if you guys can, please find it, 30-inch step, follow him, listen to him, and support him.
Semper Fi.
And that's what we want.
And don't forget Memorial Day coming up. Don't forget what the day is really all about.
Correct. And I think we will be back here on Wednesday. I'll get you guys more info on 30-inch step when I talk to Brian, where it's going to hit, how it's going to hit. I'll throw it on our Instagram, and then anybody that I have in, my contacts, I'll shoot it out. But please go and support him.
I like the name of it.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Almost as good as One More and I'm Out of Here. Almost.
It's a little different.
A little different.
A little different,
but good.
A little different.
They're both good.
I mean, you're a veteran. You're a veteran, so we can kind of go on that. I would never overstep that shit, but you're a veteran. But you're Air Force, so it kind of counts, I guess.
I was good at marching around.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
I was
to the beat of your own fucking
basic training. I mean, that's the one thing. The flight I had was a bunch of goof offs, bunch of ne'er do wells. But the one thing we could do is we were good on the drill pad. So there you go.
But I think we are going to come back.
A long time ago.
Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Make good choices. Some of us will. Some of us won't. And we'll see you, I think, Wednesday. I'm not sure if Pappas will be back.
Wednesday works for me.
But Wednesday, we will see you. But have a good weekend. And we love you guys. Thank you. Remember, subscribe, download, tell a friend. I think we've gotten like 3 more subscribers just today, which is amazing.
30-inch step.
So 30-inch step. Go find it. See ya.